And who do we have here is such a and? A flat tire is certainly not very pleasant. So, today we need to go pick up some details. But first you need to help a person with his problems. Again, the birds shit all over the car. Wow, how fun it is here. So, we check all the liquids at once. Out of place on the keys. We check the liquids. It's hot today. I put on a jacket for some reason. It won't be superfluous. Okay, figs with him. The carbon does not decrease. Oh damn, I dripped oil. So, what did I want? Antifreeze at a minimum, you need to order it. The oil needs to be topped up at a minimum, but it will be later. So, battery, that's it. Let's get started. Let's check what's going on with the smoke. So, the clutch. Oh, how bad everything is. He's just not there. Okay, let's sit and rock. Now the ignition key is with us next. I blocked the steering wheel for some reason. The second time it started. Oil blinked and saw. So, let's turn on the headlights so that everything is faster. Let's warm up and go. Epperst. Well, now there is no more butter. Such a thing. A couple of both work. Okay, the solution to this problem has come. A possible solution. Some details have come in. Today, we will install 2 of the 3. So, shopping. Let's start with the air filter. We apply it right now, right away. It seems to be true. Okay. This is our crankcase gas ventilation valve. I didn't take the super expensive one, I took the super cheap one. But I hope he doesn't miss it. Yeah. And this is a repair kit for the main brake cylinder. And that's what I thought. If you sort out the GTC, then you need to sort out the working cylinder. If you sort out the working cylinder, you need to sort out the rear calipers and pump all the brakes. And this means you need to buy pads. And this means you need to buy a repair kit for the working cylinder. Well, like, if the GTC is changed, then it's okay, I'll change it, right? I'll sort it out more precisely. But it's like an extra job. Therefore, we are dealing with the valve and filter for now, and then I will decide along the way. I will solve all these problems. At the same time changing the filter, do not forget to change the filter. I think I should be reminded of this, but I reminded, nevertheless. I decided to climb up here. What do we have here? Absolbert, I don't know how alive he is. This vacuum tube here is most likely the ventilation of the tank, but I'm not sure where it goes, where it connects. I never figured it out. We have here, what do we have? As a matter of fact, everything here looks like this. We'll restore it now. The only thing here is a headlight corrector. I really don't know how much of a worker he is, but as we can tell from the wires, he's hardly a worker. And this is in the course of TFK. But I could be wrong. Everything is green too. TFK is certainly not here. Because someone took care of it. Yes. No, wait. There should be bytes. Oh, I see. There is generally a bumper changed along the way. Well, fuck him. We restore what we can restore. We fasten the wires where you can fasten them. The rest, like this one, we isolate and forget about it. So that's generally normal preservation. There was a blow on the move. There was some minor blow at the time. Or is it just so rotten fun? Fuck him. We will do it once and for all, as they say, according to my technologies. To never come back here again. There's some kind of funny threesome for wires. But I have not found where this tube goes. Because there is no bottom or top anywhere. Damn, something is falling off him. Not anywhere. Approaches are a vacuum cleaner. The jokes with the wiring continue. Look, this is what we saw earlier. Previously seen in the country of the generator. This is an extension of the current wires, like this. This is of course very strange. Very strange. That is, There is a gap. They extend it with a wire to extend it with another wire. Or how does it work? I've already found three such twists. How can this be possible? Of course, damn, the headlights and turn signals fell off and nothing worked. Smart people have been poking around here, as they say. Now we'll restore it all somehow. Yes, Tin. He climbed further into the braid. Look, twisting on one wire. He's coming. And another twist on one wire. I just don't want to go any further. In short, we soak it up. We'll insulate this wire here. I don't know where he was going. Most likely on Tki, but the lights do not match a little. Perhaps there is another twist somewhere. In short, it doesn't matter. Collecting. Everything works here. However, these things don't seem to work after all. The headlight correctors are not working. Oh well. I can't really check it yet, because the MPV is disabled. Come on. Damn, it's green. We need to spill it. Now there will be a walk over the file. In short, we isolate it. We wrap everything up with tropical duct tape and forget about it. The main thing is that the headlights work, including the long-range turn signals. The rest is parallel. I also found a wire from the alarm that was hanging in the wing. We may even find out which wire it was connected to. This one here is a star line. In short, okay, it doesn't matter. I'll deal with it later. The main thing now is to put everything in order here so that there are no more problems. I do not want to climb into that headlight. The original wires were found there. In quotes. It is unclear what it is and what it is connected to. But it's somehow. In short, it's pinned somewhere. In general, we wrap up the whole thing. But this is my respect, of course. Twisting on twisting, Valdez. An electrician from God was just picking at it. I'll tell you what. And one day it will be necessary to climb up here. But I'm so lazy. Well, at least now it looks human. Look, I've wrapped everything up. This wire will of course remain hanging most likely. But nevertheless. Broke everything. Okay, I'll fix it now. It's not a problem. In theory, it is necessary to twist these twists here, but I will definitely not do this. Whatever you need. It will fall off. In general, everything. We collect it back, change the filter. I don't want to get in here at all. But here, the turn signal periodically falls off. Therefore, most likely I will climb into the turn signal. I don't care about the rest. I just don't understand what it is, where it's going. Damn, well, the battery. In short, okay, let's figure it out now. First this angle and the filter. The crankcase gas valve is still. It still seems to me that this tube here is the ventilation of the tank. And she was walking in a T. It kind of stinks, but the absorber, I think, is already finished. Therefore, I don't see much semantic load here either. And look what a beauty. And this is it. And here it is. And this is it. And the joke is that, as I have already shown, there may be a filter of 2000 of the 11th year. And me. Anyway, okay, it's all garbage. We do not throw it out like a pig, because wherever you are, you need to remain a person, as they say. New filter. I don't understand what it was worth to change it. It must have been a tremendous effort. Next, we will have a replacement of the crankcase gas ventilation valve. And in a good way, you need to get into this whole system. In a good way. But in theory, there is a breather and nothing interesting. So I'm just going to unscrew the pipe, see how much shoe polish has accumulated there, because, I remind you, we wash the devil knows what from here. Everything is bad there. Most likely I will climb to disassemble everything completely. But in order to disassemble everything completely, you need a hexagon here and a hexagon here. The most complex, let's say, hexagons. And then they have already been torn down. Or it's thorax, I don't understand. In general, in any case, you will need to climb here, look for bolts. In the meantime, I'll unscrew the pipe, see what's inside. Let's take a look. Somehow it's not that cool. Let's just say. And dirt, too. Now let's try to take it all out somehow, get it out of there. What you can get, but it's already there. Ugh. Really coke dirt. Oil. There is a breather there. I don't know how much of a worker he is. Although no, it's better to throw it away. At least let's clean the pipe. Is there any way to do this so that you can be less of a shit yourself? Damn, it's impossible, apparently. Everything is so fucked up there. It's scary. Yes, that's for sure. Well, we're shooting the whole thing. It won't work with one hand. We will try to clean it somehow and put it back. Then we'll take a ride and measure how much everyone throws out. Damn, it feels like the system is not that pumped. Because the temperature is constantly downloaded. We'll deal with this later. Now this is the main bullshit, and we'll go to work later. There is simply an inadequate amount of black liquid in the pipe therefore. So let's do it like this. Our proven method. My proven way. I have nothing else. Therefore, we take it to dissolve. Carefully pour. Enough, I think. And we chat a little. At least, you know, knock down the layer that is the most liquid. To minimize its quantity and the presence of a branch pipe in this system. That's how it is with bad movements. We're going to kick all this shit out now? Yeah. At least beat the top layer, you know. Ugh, there's already a lot of muck in there. By the way, how many of them are there? Let's take a look. Well, how much? Now I'll add a little more. I added oil, the valve is in place, everything is installed. I washed the system from below to understand whether oil would ooze from it or not. Spilled on all sorts of fire bolts. The bolts have already been driven by the VT. So, it needs to be removed so that it doesn't fly away. Everything is connected. Let's check how it starts. Let's start with this. Because I filled the DMRV chip a little bit again. No one has called yet. No one called. Not bad, not bad. We look. Yeah. Yeah. Let him work a little. The bottom line is that this crankcase gas ventilation valve, it bypasses those very crankcase gases at one moment. When a lot of pressure is created, he releases them. And the joke is that there is a membrane that fails. Given that there was gutalen, it is unclear what kind of oil was poured. Most likely, this membrane is over. And so the valve cost a penny. I'll tell you everything for the numbers later. To change it once again, why not? So he goes to the trash. He goes to the trash for plastic. If this valve will. This valve is a stumbling block, let's say. If the car stops smoking with him, and I still see that there is not much smoke, then it means good news. And we are limited only to this valve. I'll go into the shade. And if the car continues to smoke. So that's it, the motor is on the table. Now I'm going to collect everything, take a little ride, just 5 or 6 kilometers. If the engine does not smoke, and I will not float the revs, which is another indicator that the crankcase gas system does not work very well, then it means this is a victory. If not, then put the motor on the table. Everything here is just a repair of the head. Repair of the head, oil removal rings, and so on. But for now, let's limit ourselves to this. But it's not smoking yet. And what do we have in terms of turnover? There is still a lot. In general, let's go now all of the shit. Let's go check it out. And apparently, after some day we will know the results, because we need to shut down so that it will stand. Will the oil drain into the pots and so on? In general, you will need to take a ride. Then so that he stood for a certain amount of time. Then just start up so that we understand whether the oil is draining into the pots, or everything is already in order. On the contrary, it is now exactly. Maybe it's burning out, I don't know. The oil stinks. Sadness. All right. Premature conclusions, let's say. There will be no adjustment of the headlights because one headlight of a newer model is visible. And there's a small connector. Therefore, we will somehow manage without it. There's a mechanical one, whatever. So, the oil is at the maximum. The clutch has gone somewhere again. Getting started. And we smoke. What kind of ass is that? Increased revs. Apparently warming up. I don't know, maybe that stuff burns out, of course. The oil temperature does not show yet. Maybe the stuff I poured burns out. The solvent is there and so on. No, it's smoking. It can be seen that it is smoking. Okay, let's take a ride and see. In general, this story has begun again. Increased revs and the car smokes. In short, I shouldn't have thought of all this. But it's not smoking now, but it was just smoking. In vain I came up with all this with the replacement of the valve. Although hardly in vain. Because the result is present. It's all right. So the valve was also faulty, but you don't want to, but the motor still needs to be on the table. You need to throw off your head and change everything that needs to be changed. It's not a budget yet. So you can see, he smokes on a regular basis. Well, that's the trouble. It was worth consoling myself for a moment, but I knew that it would come to this anyway. That you need to take off your head, change the gasket. Oil removing caps, lapping of the valve. In general, there will be time and maybe I will do it. Bye. Let's work for now. The temperature is the devil knows how many degrees. Let's go check it out. So the fans work. Let's check, how does antifreeze feel at all? Well, he feels himself somehow. But it needs to be refilled. Fuck knows. Fuck knows. Okay, let's say. In general, it would be nice to change this threesome. And a thermostat. And change the antifreeze. But if I'm going to throw off my head, then I don't want anything here. From the word at all. That's it. It remains to sort out the GTC, sort out the rear calipers. This is from the important. The rest, alas, is not in my power, so to speak. I'm talking about the head and the gasket and everything related to it. But I'll go through the details and see how much it costs. But I don't want to go there myself. Once was enough for me. Although there are 8 valves. But there is no place. There is no place where to do this. Therefore, you will most likely have to negotiate with someone. I'll see you when I see you, yeah.